My name is Sana Rasul, and by day I'm an HR manager for a government contracting firm in Washington, D.C. And I also am the president and founder of HR Girlfriends, a professional and social organization based out of Washington, D.C. I recall being an undergrad, and there was a young lady I was in school with who was studying HR. I'd laughed. I went, "What's that?" I was like, "How are you going to get a job studying HR?" And fast forward a few years later, all I knew was I loved people. And I tried my hand at real estate management, and although I was serving people, it wasn't in the capacity that I appreciated or thought that I could be of best service. And one of the companies I was working for at the time provided a diversity and inclusion training for all managers. I was hooked. I thought, oh great, I can do this. This is what I want to do. I want to be a trainer. And the irony is that's what got me into studying HR and following that path. But once I got in, I went, I'm not training anyone, not in that capacity. I thought, I want to do something else. So that's kind of how it started. When I decided I wanted to go into HR, I knew that my real estate management career would be a hindrance. It wasn't easy to make the crossover. So I went back to school and was studying for a master's in HR. And luckily the university I was studying at provided HR certification courses at no cost in your last semester. Everyone didn't take advantage of it, but I had done research and I knew that many employers were looking for SPHR or PHR. The job postings would say preferred, but after more research, I realized that preference really meant those people get the interview, and I wanted the interview. And so I studied. Luckily, I passed on the first try. I didn't realize how important that part was, but yeah, that's how I got to become certified. When I studied for the PHR, I had no core fundamental competencies in HR other than academic. So studying for the PHR at the point in which I did in my career, which was very early on, it provided me such a foundation. It actually allowed me to make sense of what I was learning in the classroom, and it took it to the next level. So one of my favorite subjects was labor relations, and taking the PHR and studying the laws and the different components actually brought everything to life for me. And so I was able to take the information and the skills that I learned from the PHR studies, in addition to the people I studied with, because we all brought a wealth of knowledge in our own right. And now I'm able to apply that. One, it was an attractive asset for my first employer out of grad school. They were impressed, and there was competition, as usually there is, and that's what got me in the door. And then I was able to show them that the PHR certification made sense and it was the right choice because I was able to go in and handle employee relations and handle other materials and things that I learned just from studying the PHR with no prior experience. So it absolutely prepared me to run that role. I'm actually in the process of studying for the SPHR. It was one of those decisions where I wasn't going to do it. I thought, I'm all certified out. I'll keep recerting. But interestingly enough, the employer I'm with now decided that that was important for them. So they wrote it in my offer letter. And they were like, we're really impressed you have your PHR, but we'd like our head of HR to encompass these skill sets and to have this behind them. And I thought that was awesome. I didn't even negotiate that out. I thought, okay, great. So I'm studying for that, and I hope to sit for that in May. Having the letters behind your name, employers look at that and they understand that you have committed to the process. It's really funny. When you're not in HR and people ask me, what does PHR mean? I said, it's like being a CPA. I said, you know CPAs, right? I said, it's the equivalent of being a CPA in the accounting world. Everyone gets it, right? An old career, an old track. And so that is how I see it. It's a very respected designation, and it lets employers know that you're serious about your craft. And now in turn, when I'm hiring HR professionals, I look at that and I know that they're committed like I am. and I understand what they had to go through to get it. So I am more drawn to bring those people in for interviews, to help support me in my department. So it's opened up doors for myself and others that I have to assist. Having my PHR has prompted me and encouraged me to attend various events for learning opportunities that I may not have normally done. Recertification is important to me, making sure that I stay on track with what's required to recertify. And so I'm always in the midst of a webinar or an on-site learning opportunity. I'll even travel to learn if the credits are right. And so being in those environments allows me to meet professionals that I'm not in contact with day to day, and I make contacts that way. And, from social media standpoint, I'm able to join groups for certified professionals. I'm able to garner information and share information. And so being certified does put you in another realm. And I also think that being certified allows me to gain respect and leverage my position. When they see those designation letters, it means something.